It's an intense and fractured introduction. At first sight, we're struck by the sheer energy, scale, and sense of this surreal scene. Your first impression is likely one of stunned shock due to many different elements that are working here. You'll notice how this work presents a wider range of tones from yellow to green, blue, and red. These all combine to create a unified front that almost feels too much and instantly overwhelms. One of the key elements to understanding this work may be seen in that of form and placement. We see how various geometric forms of many different fragments are easily defined by these distinct dividing black lines. This, of course, creates yet another unified front, but one that is also a fractured abundance. So that's going to give even more energy. Of course, this work emits so much energy. We see this sourced by every element from color to saturation and even placement too. We see 8 implied lines dividing the space of this scene. This creates an intense visual weight as the eye can't escape it, falls back upon the center left time and time again. We even see various eyes throughout this work. The eyes are the window to the soul, but they're also a symbol of intention. They are the symbol of awareness, consciousness, and even intelligence as well. That's always important to remember. We see eyes all throughout the work at hand. With this in mind, I gotta ask you guys, how do y'all feel when you're first looking at this piece? This appears to be a castle or palace. It's a construct of some kind and it commands the left side of the composition. The original artist often incorporates these really futuristic forms in what appear to be complex architectural designs. And after a short time at this work, you may notice what appears to be a key or compass in the upper right region of the work at hand. This appears to be the key to the greater color scheme of this entire work. We see green, red, yellow, and blue, and those are the exact same tones that are used throughout this work. But the impact of this piece is quite difficult to describe. All we can point to is this sheer sense of energy, these futuristic architectural forms, and the way that the eye just bounces all around the piece at hand. But yet again, it always falls back to that central palace in the left side of the composition. I know this might be overwhelming, but even new sites provide opportunities for growth and learning. Your journey has just begun. The piece before us, you can mention influences from science fiction to fantasy and even abstract design as well. So at the end of the day, I gotta ask you guys, what do y'all see when you look at this work, or what comes to mind when you're looking at this piece? The piece before us appears to be the product of the digital illustration medium of expression. There could be a few digital edits here, but I do know the original artist does these amazing original digital illustrations, also known as digital painting, painstakingly painting on that screen a immense attention to detail and an absolutely stunning, memorable, beautiful, and highly symbolic work as well. I really hope you'll enjoy today. We talked about so many different elements from form, texture, rhythm. We talked about these implied lines. We connected it to the color scheme of this work, this sheer sense of energy that sources from everything from color, saturation, and even placement as well. We talked about the influences of science fiction, fantasy, and even abstract design that undergirds the amazing visual experience that stands before us. Once again, really hope you'll enjoy today. If y'all did, go check out the original artist Jesperish, really a talented digital artist working in the medium of digital illustration. These beautiful, complex architectural designs that really read of a grand new age. That's all I have for today. Once again, really hope you'll enjoyed. My name's Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.